Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Viviana. If you're new here, hi, welcome. For this week's video, I'm going to be doing a first trimester recap slash what I did to get pregnant. I'm going to include that into this video because I don't know if a lot of you know, but I did mention it a couple times like on Instagram and stuff, is that it took me almost a year to get pregnant, and I did do some things that to like help me get pregnant, and I think this one thing helped, so I just want to put it out there just in case anybody wants to is going through this and wants to try things and hear about my own experience. And of course, my first trimester, just if you're a pregnant mom or you're wanting to be pregnant, you kind of want to know what to expect. Obviously not every pregnancy is the same, but a lot of the symptoms do happen on like different people. Like the symptoms happen in multiple different people, so I'm just going to share my experience and see if it will help anybody. Obviously give tips and tricks that I did to help me get through it, because it was rough, let me tell you. It was very rough. So just gonna talk about all of it, so let's just get into it. All right, so I did mention it took us almost a year to get pregnant. I think 11 months or 10 to 11 months. I took off my birth control in October and found out that I was pregnant in late September. So yeah, almost a year. Anywho, I was on the IUD. So just some details about my experience. I was on the IUD. It was the second birth control I've ever been on. The first birth control I had was the implant, and I just did not like it. It was just super hormonal and it made me super anxious, so I hated that. Tried the IUD. I got it at my postpartum checkup after my first pregnancy, and yeah, I just had it ever since, and took it off when I decided, or when my husband and I decided that we wanted to have baby number 2. So that was part of maybe the reason why I didn't get pregnant right away. Obviously my doctor told me that you could get pregnant right away, but I like looked it up and stuff, and it can take up to 6 months to get pregnant. So I already like was with the mentality of I was on birth control, my body kind of needs to reset. And not only that, but like I had a baby, and then right after the baby I got birth control, so I just kind of feel like my body didn't really like have a break from all these crazy hormonal changes. So that could have been it. But the things that I tried were pregnancy tea is called infertility. I'll post like a little picture right here. I bought it at Target, and I got this one because I had great reviews. Like people were saying that they got pregnant like on their first month after drinking this, but I drank it for 3 months straight and that did not work for me. So that's just my own experience. I don't know why it didn't work for me, but it didn't. So I mean, test this. The tea is very sweet and it tastes good, so I didn't mind it, but I drank it twice a day and did it for 3 months and it didn't work. Another thing that I did was ovulation tracking. So I used Flow for my period, and because I already had like my period stats for like a whole year, or like a year and a half, I was using it for a long time. I felt like it was very accurate. If it said I was gonna get my period on this day, I was getting my period on that day. So it's pretty accurate. So I used it to keep track of my ovulation, as well as I bought like a kit from Amazon that had like 100 ovulation tests, and I would just test when the app was telling me that I was gonna ovulate. I would test to confirm, and did that. And obviously when you're ovulating, you're in peak season to get pregnant, and the window is very small, so you gotta be on it with that. So I did that the whole time. I mean, I think there was a couple months in between where I was kind of over it, and I was like, if it happens, it happens. I'm not gonna go check if I'm ovulating, because it's a very exhausting thing to kind of like just keep doing mentally, and just I don't know, it's just sometimes I was like, I really want to get pregnant right now, and sometimes I was like, it'll happen when it happens. So that was that. Decided to do some research that maybe my husband needed to do some changes, and the thing that he changed was he added ashwagandha, an ashwagandha supplement, into his like routine, because I read that ashwagandha helps like the testosterone levels, and it like makes sperm stronger. Obviously you want stronger sperm for it to do its thing. And yeah, after a month of him taking it, or a month and a half, that's when we got our positive. So that was the thing that did it for us. An ashwagandha vitamin. We did the Gaia herbs. I love Gaia. I've taken different supplements. They're super good. Their ingredients are amazing. So I'll link it below if you guys wanted to try it out for your partners and see if it does anything for you, and I hope it does. I know I talk a lot with my hands, so I'm gonna try not to. Anywho, okay, let's talk about first trimester. So this is my second pregnancy, and this pregnancy has been super different, especially on the first trimester. My first pregnancy gave me like false advertisement, that's for sure. I did not have any of the symptoms that I did, and it kind of made me think that all my pregnancies were going to be like that. I was super excited to be pregnant again and going through a very peaceful, like relaxing pregnancy with no issues, but this baby kicked my butt. The first symptom, or let's talk about this. When I tested to see if I was pregnant, I had no symptoms at all. I just tested because since I was tracking my ovulation, I was 13 days past ovulation. So I was like, I probably will get a positive if I am pregnant. I just wanted to see. But as far as symptoms, did not feel anything to give me like the idea of being pregnant. So I was definitely very shocked. That video will be linked down below if you guys want to watch the day that I found out I was pregnant and told my husband and all that. But yeah, so no symptoms. I started getting symptoms maybe like 2 weeks after. So I think that made me either 6 or 7 weeks pregnant. So I think, yeah, about there, 6 to 7 weeks, that's when I got my first symptom. And the first thing I noticed was a sensitivity to smell. I remember I woke up one morning and I smelled coffee, and it was disgusting. I love coffee. I'm a coffee drinker, and for some reason I just could not bear that smell. And it, you know, when you brew coffee, it just, that beautiful morning smell of coffee is just like the best thing ever. Yeah, not for me. It was disgusting. So sensitivity to smell, I couldn't do coffee, meats, onions, butter. I couldn't do so many things. I just, a cologne, perfume, like my husband had to put cologne in a different room, and I would get so mad at him when he would do it in front of me, because it would just make me so sick. So I really don't have any tips on that. There's something that you can't really control besides just not cooking the things that make you sick, or ask your husband to put their cologne in another room, things like that. But other than that, there's nothing like you can do. At least I didn't do anything for it. So because of the smell, I had really bad nausea, and just nausea in general, morning sickness, basically all day sickness. I was sick all day. I would just throw up all the time. I don't know, that's just what pregnancy does. And things that I did to help though with my nausea were drinking ginger tea in the morning and at night. Ginger tea was a huge help, and just even throughout the day, if I felt nauseous, I just had to have a cup of ginger tea, and I would like slowly drink it so it lasts longer, so I can like go longer periods of time without having to throw up. And then I told my OB about it, and my OB actually prescribed a medication for nausea. I don't really know the name, so I'll just type it here. I can't say it, but it's basically vitamin B6. And we actually ran into an issue with insurance where it wouldn't cover it anymore, and so I had to get a natural just vitamin B6. The pharmacist recommended it for me, so this is the one that I got and I used, and it worked. Now this doesn't work 100% of the time, but it works maybe like 90% of the time. I went from throwing up every day to like once every week and a half, so way better odds than having to throw up every single day. The pharmacist recommended to split a pill in half because the quantity is like 25 milligrams, but that wouldn't work. I would have to take the whole thing for it to actually work. So I would just take one pill at night, and I would just wake up the next morning and I was fine, no nausea. And then as well as like trying to avoid nausea, I noticed that if I was hungry, I would get nauseous. So eating a lot throughout the day, so smaller meals or just snacking with whatever your body wants. Like, because of food aversions, it was really hard for me. Like, the things that I loved to eat waffles in the morning. I could not do waffles. I loved to eat zucchini noodles for lunch. I could not do zucchini noodles. I don't know why. It was just like the smells of things. So I just ate whatever my heart desired, which is mainly like bagels and smoothies. So those are the things that like kept me going my first trimester. So find what best helps you and just eat that, and eat frequently. Have a lot of snacks that you like, and just like start off your day with some like crackers, something that will like sit well in your stomach, and that definitely helps. Another symptom that I had that was really bad, and that kind of continues right now, is restless leg syndrome. I know that that usually happens in the later trimesters, but for me it happened first trimester really bad. Like, my legs, like especially when I'm going to sleep, I just feel like I just want to like punch them. Like, I want to grab my leg and just want to strangle it, because it won't stay. Like, it just feels weird. I don't know how to explain it. If you have restless leg syndrome, you know, like, you just have to move it and you just want to squeeze it, and like, just I had to ask my husband to just massage me all the time. But I found something for you guys. I have this lotion from a Sheep Organics, not sponsored or anything. It's just something I love. Like, this thing is almost gone. And it's a magnesium lotion, super organic ingredients. Literally, their ingredients list is so small, and it's basically magnesium chloride in like mixed with like shea butter and essential oils and stuff, and it feels so good. Like, I don't know, that thing, it's the magnesium, obviously. It just makes you relax. It relaxes your muscles. So I would put it on my legs, my feet, the back of my neck, my hips, and the lower back, and I would sleep like a baby. This lotion has saved my life and has really helped me a lot. One of the symptoms that you're gonna have for the entire pregnancy, and it definitely a huge change on your first trimester, is having to pee a lot. I don't even, like, I wanted to avoid drinking so much water because of how much you pee, because it's so annoying to wake up at night and having to pee. So just giving you a heads up, you're gonna pee a lot and you're gonna wake up at night to go pee. So say goodbye to sleep. But hey, I always say this, it's like these 9 months are like the perfect time to let your body prepare for these sleepless nights you're gonna have with a newborn. It's true what they say, you're gonna sleep in like 3-hour increments when you have a newborn. So having to wake up at night kind of prepares you and kind of like gives your body that adjustment for that. But yeah, you're gonna pee a lot and it's just really weird. You're just gonna take so many trips to the bathroom. So just an FYI there. The last very noticeable symptom that I had was like being super tired, fatigue. Like, you will notice a huge difference in your energy. Like, you just want to sleep all the time. I would go to bed so early, like 7 p.m. you already wanted to sleep. And if you have kids, like I have a toddler, I know it can be hard to take naps. So I mean, mom, just relax, don't worry about it. If you have to turn on the TV so you can lay down in the couch and not do anything, do it. Just remember that this is only for a season. It's so temporary. Listen to your body, give yourself the rest that you need. I would just nap when my toddler napped. He takes 2 to 3 hour naps every day, so you best believe that I was sleeping during those nap times, and I did not care if my house was dirty or if the dishes weren't done or if I didn't cook dinner. I would just ask my husband to go buy some food, because honestly, the first trimester can be rough and you can be very tired. And so you just got to remember, you're growing a human being inside of you, so you definitely have to give your body that rest that it needs so it can do its thing. The last thing I want to talk about that actually happened with my pregnancy is I actually had a pregnancy scare in my first trimester around 11 weeks, I believe. I had a hopefully I say this correctly, but it's a I had a subatomic subchronic hematoma, something like that. It's basically a hemorrhage slash what they call a miscarriage. So I had just one night I was laying down and I felt like I was peeing my pants. And so I was like, wait, am I peeing? I went to the restroom, pulled down my pants, and there was blood. And like, not just like spotting, it was like I had to wear a pad so it wouldn't like go through my clothes and stuff. So obviously it was very, very scary for me, and I went to the ER. Just obviously you just want to make sure baby's okay. If something like that happens to you, go to the doctors, get yourself checked just to make sure everything's good. Thankfully, obviously baby's good. I'm still pregnant, but the doctor did tell me it was actually very common, and I was not aware of this. So just trying to put some light out there. Obviously you don't want that to happen. It did not happen with my first pregnancy, because you know, you don't want it to happen because it's scary. Like, that's like the biggest thing. But I do want to let you know that it is very common to bleed in your first trimester, whether it's a huge lot or a little bit or spotting. Obviously any single time you feel like you're bleeding, go to the doctor, go to the ER, tell your OB, whatever you need to do. Obviously, because it can be scary and it could potentially be something else. But just want to let you guys know it is common, and that happened to me at 11 weeks. And all I did was go to the doctor. Doctor checked me, baby was good, and he just gave me reassurance that it's common, and I just rested. I was traveling at that time, and I had a toddler and our foster baby, so I don't know if it was tiredness, stress. They don't know what caused it. They can't tell you what causes it. It's just something that happens to some women. So I just assumed that it was that I was pushing my body, and that is why I'm like trying to say, listen to your body and give yourself rest, because you do not want to go through a miscarriage, because it can be scary. I was super anxious, and it made me anxious this whole time, like until now that I finally can feel my baby move frequently. Oh my gosh, it was just a battle in my head to make sure that is my baby okay, is my baby okay. It's just something very scary that can happen, but nonetheless it is something normal. But that is what happened during my first trimester. That is my first trimester recap. Let me show you guys my little belly. I am 21 weeks pregnant now. Baby boy is strong, kicking and squirming everywhere. Let me show you guys. Let me show you the bump. Super big now. Well, at least I think it's big. It's way bigger than my first one, for sure. But that is it for this video. This is my first trimester recap. I hope that it helps in some way or form, and it gives some information out there for any expecting mamas. Again, congratulations. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe. I will be posting every Friday, so expect a video from me next week, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.